Despite all the proactive things that the federal government did and its response, the sentiment, according to my colleagues on the ground from people, is that the federal government is not doing enough to help. Where are they? Where is the help? What is your message to those people?
I would say the following, that we are there and we will continue to be there, and we will reach the most difficult to access locations. We are relentless in our efforts to ensure the safety and security of all.
What you've seen from FEMA on the ground, and I know that Americans are helping out right now, but is FEMA leading the effort? Are you seeing them on the ground delivering aid, or is this on the backs of the American citizenry?
No, actually, the American people are the ones who are leading the efforts. And so you can see now that there is a tremendous amount of people that's just stepped up. I've heard from others who said that they haven't heard or seen FEMA, and so that's become a bit of a problem.
Well, we didn't make it for the milk. Or Wednesday, October 2nd.
Hey yo, what's goody? Wavy. If you happen to come across my video, thank you and I appreciate you. YouTube is playing a funny game right now, so it goes a far way for the channel if you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm not sure what game they're playing right now, but they're instantly shooting down my videos. But to keep everything in perspective, I'm crying about not really much when it comes down to these people that have been affected by Hurricane Helene. And now the response by the federal government, I mean, I'm pissed off about this. This should show you that anybody, no matter where you live in this country, you are one natural disaster away from the federal government turning their backs on you. We have money to send to Taiwan, to Israel, in the billions, Iran, all these places. All right, this is reminiscent of a few years ago. Okay, remember we had in Palestine, Ohio, they had the train that had the chemicals on it and it exploded. And then just last year, how quickly people forget that Maui occurred. Okay, and it was similar to this, straight destruction. The federal government didn't get out there with assistance, and then when they finally did, hey, here's a measly $600. That's what the American people need in a time where they've lost it all. These people were affected by a hurricane. This is something that they have no control of. Should there have been better preventative efforts in place? Sure. All right, anybody can Monday morning quarterback. Is there an argument that people should have left the area? I'm sure that there's an argument for that as well. But what I'm talking about is what we're currently facing. Okay, these people, because of where they live in the country, were affected by a hurricane. So because of where you live, okay, if you're on the West Coast, you could get hit with a earthquake. If you're on the Northeast or on the East Coast, you get hit with a blizzard. If you're on the Southeast, of course, hurricane, you can get hit with these things, and the federal government will show that they don't give a damn. And we'll get to Kamala Harris and her making a visit finally almost a week later. Okay, but who has been the real heroes in this situation has been the regular everyday citizens that have stepped up. Now, let me back up and say first, rest in peace to anybody that has lost their life during this ordeal, during this tragedy. All right? I'm seeing the count is at over 200 right now. And as the days and weeks go on, I believe that this is going to go up into the thousands. Okay, I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that a lot of people are found alive. Also, prayers for anybody that has no communication out there, but they're out there. I'm seeing that Elon Musk has started up the Starlink program where they're trying to get some comms for people on the ground. You have American tax-paying citizens out here, stranded, waiting for somebody to come help them. All right, and then the departments that we do have in place, what? They're saying that now they're underfunded. Now they don't have enough money, even though they've spent every dime since 2020 on people that are not even citizens of this country.
In case you missed it, FEMA's got no money to help anybody in our country. FEMA, they're done. FEMA spent their money on housing fucking illegals and giving fucking debit cards and fucking housing and, you know, whatever they can do. Let us handle this. FEMA, fuck you. America, it's time to step up. We are going to step up. We are going to deliver, and we are going to go into North Carolina, Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, wherever we have to go, because we take care of ours.
If you want to see how sick and distorted Kamala Harris's priorities are, there's nobody that's handled a hurricane or storm worse than what they're doing right now. Kamala spent all her FEMA money, billions of dollars, on housing for illegal migrants many of whom should not be in our country.
We're sending money to Ukraine. We're sending money to both Iran and Israel. We're sending money to Taiwan in the billions to these places. Now we're saying that we don't have enough money for American citizens. Yo, my heart goes out to these people. It really does. I am pissed off that I even have to do this story and that you're seeing more independent journalists do this story. The mainstream media is not covering it. And I'm sorry if I'm getting a little bit emotional, but this is bullshit. All right, these are American. Never mind that the American citizens have been bombarded with expenses that we shouldn't even have to be footing the bill on lately, the last few years under this administration. But now you're telling me when an actual tragedy hits America and we're the ones affected, it's to hell with us? Feds say there's no money left to respond to hurricanes after FEMA spent $1.4 billion on migrants.
And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met.
Yo, I swear these people are playing with Americans. They're playing. She can't be being serious. So about a week after all the devastation, all right, President Biden was on vacation on the beach somewhere relaxing. VP Harris was on the campaign trail doing whatever she got to do to get a vote, to get some money, to get some donors. $750? Are you kidding me? And she really got up on the stage and said that. Instead of just saying, you know, like maybe let me scratch out this line. Maybe I'll just say we're giving the American people some money. She actually said it. $750 to some people who have lost their homes, towns, but $750. And she believes that'll help Americans right now. When you got some places right there in North Carolina and Georgia and some certain parts of Tennessee where there's nothing on the shelves when they're going into these stores. This is how disrespectful it is to the American people, all right? I had to write down some notes for this. $640.9 million this year for illegals, just to house and shelter them, all right? Just for that. We're not even counting for health care. We're not counting to feed them. We're not counting for them to get cars and the money we're giving them every month. This is just for shelters and housing, all right? Last year, or over the last 2 years, $1.4 billion allocated from FEMA for illegals. So they took the money that should be in place for, God forbid, a disaster like this happen or an emergency crisis or something happen. They took the money to give it to illegals. Now Americans don't have anything. Mayorkas even said they don't have anything, and they're still anticipating more hurricanes this season. They just don't have it. That's what the federal government is saying. Also, $780 million last year for illegals. That's just for the illegals in the country. That's not counting the billions of dollars we're sending to Ukraine, the billions of dollars we're sending to both Iran and Israel to fight each other. So we're paying for both sides of this war. We're also sending money to Taiwan. Yo, I'm telling you, this administration does not care about the American people. Now, thank God that there are great patriots. All right, I'm going to call these men and women and aviators patriots that are actually going into these places that the federal government has not gotten to yet and are actually helping out Americans. Because it's bullshit. And thank God that these people even have their helicopters. And you know that these are not the type of people taking government handouts, crying for this and that. These are people that get up off their asses, invest in the capitalist society that we live in, and have invested in helicopters of their own for whatever reason that they own them. You know, if they, but most importantly, for times just like this. Okay, and I'm even seeing stories where people are attempting to rescue people and being stopped by either local or some sort of government entity. And that's bullshit. Okay, these people are trying to go help people from dying. Okay, that's where we're at in this event. People are dying every hour that goes by. People don't have access to medications. People don't have access to communication. Over the next few days, weeks, months, this number is going to go up. Right now, it's at a little bit over 200 as of the recording of the video. We don't know exactly how many people that we're going to find in the future. But again, thanks to these people that have said, hey, I'm going to use my own resources to go and help people, because clearly the government is not doing it. In closing, prayers to the families of anyone that's been affected by this. All right, if there's anyone that's lost their lives, rest in peace. Condolences to the families. And if there's anyone still out there missing, I hope that they are found alive. We should not be hearing about America not having money for Americans for something that happened in America when we have all this money to send all around the world. We could send it everywhere, but where it's mostly needed that will affect American citizens in a positive way. Now, thank God that there are citizens, there are many people stepping up. All right, I'm seeing even Trump has gone down to these sites affected before the current president and vice president. Kamala Harris gets down there and has the audacity to say that people are going to be getting $750. How, as the American people, are you supposed to feel like the government has your best interest at heart when after a tragedy, hey, take this $750. Like, I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. I'm trying my best to keep my my thought process, but this doesn't make sense. This is similar to what this administration did with Maui when they just gave people $600. This administration is continuously dropping the ball when events happen in America, but some Americans will say that's fine. Depending on what the demographic is of the people that were affected, they'll say that's fine. Those people deserve to be affected in however way that they were. You know, but that's all I really got to say on this video. Let me know whatever you're thinking in the comments below. Till the next video, y'all be safe and stay wavy.